damn world, this is Madden territory. Come and when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you
As always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And that's tough. You come in here, you dial up that pass play on the first play from scrimmage and get it picked.
And you know coaches always talk about we prepare for every eventuality. You don't even mention this as a possibility when you dial up that play, right? Instead, they throw a pick, and now they're behind the 8 ball on the road to get things going.
It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's McCoy. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Manning. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. From 8 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. Now White lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
So after the INT, it's Manning. Going deep for Hopkins. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Manning to throw. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski. Complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. To throw is Manning. Open man is Michael Thomas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards down. Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. To throw, it's Manning. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Thomas the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. Manning now on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. The 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Kenny Galladay, an 80-yard touchdown. And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. This will be taken very short. And they'll be set up with good field. It's up over the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, you're almost in field goal position.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing is Manning. Going deep for Hopkins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Manning going to throw. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Manning to throw for it on 4th. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. 10-6 the score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Ready? Recon, 132 fighter.
Manning now on 1st down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. On 1st down, McCoy.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll run it with McCoy, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run, and the Falcons push further out in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Hey, 626.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick. He was looking for Watkins that time. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Working from the gun, Manning. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. On first down, Manning. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. Gronkowski, the intended target. Let's get to some Hall of Fame talk while we have a second, because last week we mentioned the 15 guys that we knew were going into the Hall. 5 added. Isaac Bruce, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Steve Atwater. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Manning looking long for Thomas. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Watch the slant.
Hey, 88.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
They'll try the left side. Peyton. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up. 2nd and 5 now. Rodgers. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. They'll run on first down. Peyton. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Throwing now is Rodgers. Escape, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ted Hendricks making his presence felt.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Manning, this is caught. Gronkowski. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the gun on 3rd down, Manning. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing deep for Galladay. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game, as we'll send you cross town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. On play action, it's Manning. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Manning now to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
a lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. To throw again on second down. Rodgers throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Rodgers. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Falcons will take control of the football.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Here we go. 180! Escape situation. Six!
Now they'll run it with Cohen. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Let's go, baby! Get that ball!
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The 305-pound defensive end, Jarrell Casey, gets the sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Manning. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit loose.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
A gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
White.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And an alley to run. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play there on the option. 46 yards on the ground. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Manning. And a catch made by Hopkins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Manning to throw. This for his running back, McCoy. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun, it's Manning. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Gronk's first catch, good for a 1st down. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now Manning. And he finds Gronk. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
30 base.
Here we go now with Smith. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. We're scoreless after 1. They come out here in the I. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now Manning. And he's got it. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. McCoy, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
On first down, McCoy. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now McCoy. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Throwing now is Manning. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
To throw, it's Manning. He finds McCoy. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And the 13-year man puts it through. And that will make our score 9-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go.
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. On the draw, this is Cohen. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 12-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is down to 2. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Well, switching gears, CD, I got to tell you, it's always sad now that football's over. We've got a long wait until Thursday, September 10th.
It's okay.
I know, but September 10th.
Misty there.
That's when the 101st season starts. We just finished off season 100. I don't know. What are we going to do till then?
Well, I'm going to rest and relax a little bit, and so are you. But you're exactly right. It won't take us long to start to say, okay, when does camp start? How about OTAs, mini camps? We'll follow the draft. We'll do all the football things, but there'll be nothing like Thursday, September 10th, 2020. And they'll likely be in Arrowhead, right? They'll likely be there for Kansas City. I know it's not a given, but after winning the Super Bowl, after a 50-year wait with that organization and that franchise and family, all that game's going to be there that Thursday night.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, we do have some work to do because they're still picking up the controllers out there in Madden Land, I hope.
Yeah, certainly you have to. And why wouldn't you? Because you go ahead and play now, and you figure out who's going to be in the Super Bowl in Tampa next year, and I know you're going to let us know.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Manning going to throw. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation.
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, as time expires in the first half, and his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Well, my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was. I mean, they're playing this one just like a video game.
Especially for the final play of the first half to have the guts to do that. But I guess, what do we say? The end will justify the means, right?
No doubt about it. For you and me, we live, we learn.
This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. This is McCoy. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. From just shy of midfield, Manning, and Thomas has it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 37. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. To throw is Manning, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Manning. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Manning. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. Now Cohen. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? To throw, it's Garoppolo. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. That one goes for 24 yards.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Manning. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. On play action, it's Manning. He finds Hopkins complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Touchdown! Demaryius Thomas. 52 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
21.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That is caught by Cohen. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be second down. Garoppolo. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.